If you love someone with borderline personality disorder, don't go anywhere. This video is for you. Hey YouTube, how is everyone doing today, this week, this month? I cannot believe that August is almost over. I went to the store the other day and it has a Starbucks in it, and I noticed the fall drinks are already out. Still too early for my once a season PSL though. Anyway, while I'm sure I could do a whole entire video on Starbucks seasonal drinks alone, that is not what this video is about. I had other videos planned, but due to a situation that I experienced last week, I realized I needed to sit down and film this. What I'm talking about is borderline personality disorder. More specifically, what to do if your loved one has borderline personality disorder. And I'm sure that sounds scary. Borderline personality disorder, ooh. And if you've ever been around someone with borderline personality disorder, it can be downright scary. But at its core, borderline personality disorder is quite simply a disorder that affects a person's ability to manage their emotions. Now, what that means is that because we have such a hard time managing our emotions, we have a hard time managing, and for that matter, controlling our reactions to our emotions. And that really can be scary for someone who's on the receiving end of things. Our mood, affected by a strong emotional reaction, can change at the drop of a hat. We can have outbursts that seem over the top and out of proportion. I have been told that how I choose to handle things wasn't appropriate given the situation. But the first thing that I want to make clear is that as scary and as upsetting as it might be, your loved one isn't choosing to react that way. They have no control. They have little to no control over their emotions, and therefore little to no control over their reactions to said emotions. Now, that is not to justify or excuse it, because some outbursts can absolutely border on abuse. Just as someone who's intoxicated may not have control over their actions, that doesn't excuse any abusive behavior that results from it. So while I am in no way trying to condone behavior that crosses a line, it is important to understand that their reactions stem from an inability to regulate overwhelming emotions, not from a deliberate attempt to hurt anyone. And if you love someone who struggles with BPD, the first step is understanding. The second is to avoid blame. And that's hard because when someone hurts you and it sure feels deliberate, it's natural to place blame and say, you did this, you said that. But think about it. Your loved one with BPD is already struggling to manage their emotions. And then by reacting in kind, you're basically throwing more fuel onto the fire. Instead of calming the storm, you're intensifying it. Now, that doesn't mean accepting the hurtful behavior, but understanding that their emotional reactions are out of control can shift how you approach the situation. So how do you approach the situation? And more importantly, why should you? After all, it's not your job to fix their illness. So let's look at this from a different perspective. Maybe you know someone with type 1 diabetes. Maybe that person is your friend, partner, child, parent, or sibling. Of course, it's not up to you to fix, manage, or cure their diabetes, and no one would expect that from you. But if a person with type 1 diabetes becomes too sick or experiences severe low or high blood sugar, they might need help from a loved one. Now, this could mean giving insulin injections, giving them sugar during a low blood sugar episode, or moving them to a safe place if they're disoriented or at risk of passing out. There is a difference between managing the illness and supporting someone through it. And just as you wouldn't expect your loved one with diabetes to control every episode on their own, the same applies to someone with borderline personality disorder. You aren't responsible for fixing their illness, but offering support during an emotional crisis can be just as important as helping someone through a physical health emergency. And I do think it's essential as the partner, parent, child, or sibling of someone who has BPD to offer that support, because the reality is, while the responsibility of managing the illness primarily falls on the individual with BPD, maintaining healthy relationships requires mutual effort. So that brings me back to, how do you support it? Now, I am not a mental health professional. Everything that I talk about in my videos is based on a combination of my own experience, what I've learned in therapy, and my own personal research. And as always, do your own research. So I don't have the ability to tell you, do this, don't do this. I don't have that kind of expertise, but there are a few things that I can suggest. The first is to seek out a therapist or a mental health professional of your own. Yes, a lot of mental health professionals focus on treating individuals with mental health conditions, but there are also many who specialize in supporting their loved ones. And I think it can be just as challenging, if not more so, to be the partner or family member of someone with a mental health condition than it is to have that condition. Because for those of us with mental health issues, we know there are resources available to us, even if those resources are hard to come by. But if you are the loved one of someone who struggles with their mental health, it can often feel like you don't have the same level of support or guidance. The second thing is to educate yourself. Now, there's a lot of information and misinformation on the internet, but it's a good place to start. Learning about the condition can help you to understand what your loved one is going through and how best to offer support. I advise looking for reputable sources, books, and research to get a fair and unbiased perspective. There are 2 books that I would recommend reading if you are the loved one of someone with BPD. The first is Loving Someone with Borderline Personality Disorder: How to Keep Out of Control Emotions from Destroying Your Relationship by Sherry Y. Manning. And the second is I Hate You, Don't Leave Me: Understanding the Borderline Personality by Gerald J. Kreisman. Apologies if I said that wrong. And Hal Strauss. Both of these books are written to provide advice to loved ones on how to manage their relationships with individuals who have BPD and provide the tools to effectively support and engage with them. Now, I have started reading Loving Someone with Borderline Personality Disorder, and I think it is well written and it avoids a lot of technical jargon, which I think makes it ideal for someone who isn't super well versed in BPD or mental health language. I haven't read I Hate You, Don't Leave Me, but I've heard good things about it, and it's been recommended to me by mental health professionals a few times. I will include Amazon links to both of these books in the description below, as well as on my website, quittinganxiety.wordpress.com. Despite everything I've said, how imperative it is that you understand, avoid blame, and do what you can to support your loved one with BPD, this is all assuming that your loved one is receiving treatment of some sort: therapy, counseling, medication. Because, as the saying goes, you can't help someone who won't help themselves. And while it is one thing to help your loved one manage their illness, it is another to manage it for them. So what I want to know is, if you have BPD, how do you think your loved ones can better support you? And if you're the loved one of someone with BPD, how do you support them? Let me know in the comments. On that note, if you enjoyed this video or got something out of it, please like and share it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.